Voloram Baljate Tor Nervore. Welcome to the Mandalorian Religious Movement podcast. So, Zel Namore is out today, so we've got our incoming co-host, Dirge Delamort, coming in on with us.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, Zel, you are? Dude, you backed out, and I didn't see you come back in because OBS, you know how that is.
I just have one criticism.
Nobody cares.
The music didn't play.
I had to do like 3 or 4 sound checks, Zell, before I could actually start recording. It wasn't picking up my mic. Not sure why. Just didn't decide to. Another OBS thing. So today's topic is living in the Mandalorian culture. And that goes pretty much anything from living the tenants, color coding your armor if you decide to take up any color meanings. What else did we decide, Zell?
To be honest, this is kind of new territory. So some of what we'll be talking about is going to be things that are currently being discussed, and nothing that's quite set in stone as far as Keepers of the Ways cultural of Mandalorian culture.
I know we're trying for the language.
Yes.
So much noise.
The language is most definitely a cultural aspect. It is not a requirement of the Keepers.
I apologize for that. I had to mute myself.
Discussed.
So I know from the last one we were talking about living in the way and the armor colors. Much more than that, I didn't remember anything else that we were deciding to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So,
how about
yeah, we had just kind of touched base.
So how about we talk about how each of us keep the tenets and live the life of a Mandalorian, in our own way.
Okay. I guess as hosts and co-hosts, we should start off with ours. So, tenet number 1, staying armed. For me, that is, I've got a Ruger SR9 that I keep on me at all times when I'm out of home. In home, I've got 3 pistols and 2 shotguns that are usually within ready reach. Not including any knives. Because right now I actually don't have the one that I usually keep at my desk, but I've got some kind of right behind me. Armor, I've got tenet number 2, stay armored. I've got the van brace, because I just got home, I hadn't taken it off yet. Also have another one coming in the mail, hopefully pretty soon. One of our leather workers is working on a replacement for this one. What y'all doing over there? Your noises coming from dogs, never a good thing. This is bad, I don't remember our tenants right off the bat.
And you call yourself a Mandalorian.
I know, I'm sorry. I know, but I'm trying to do them in order.
Must never be the one to initiate violence.
So, never initiating violence, like you said, is number 3. And that's kind of self-explanatory. We're not going to initiate it, but we will end it. We will, and that goes into tenet number 4. We're going to defend those around us, whether we agree with any philosophies of theirs or not, whether we agree with them or not. So 3 and 4 really go together in that we're not going to initiate the violence, but we will defend those around us. Tenet number 5, weapons and armor are holy. And what that boils down to, in my view, is what I see a lot of people saying is what I do. When I'm taking the armor or the weapons off, I thank them for their protection. When I put them on, I basically say a little mantra of protect me while I go throughout my day, defend me and defend others. Tenet number 6 is training both body and mind. Unfortunately, I kind of lack on the body side of that. But I usually try to keep my mind pretty sharp. I'm always looking around. I'm always reading new things, or trying to.
What do you mean by you're lacking on the body?
Get in my belly!
Hey. We all have the own things we work on. Are you at least keeping to somewhat of a diet? Are you moving out, moving around, exercising?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely moving around. It's not like I'm just posted up in my chair doing nothing.
You are working on your body.
I'm just not exercising.
No one expects it's. You forget the one key thing: to the best of one's ability.
Exactly.
Well, that's the thing.
So
I
you
can
are-
work out. I'm not saying I can't work out. It's just
Also,
I don't.
Time and other priorities are a factor.
Well, if you're saying that you don't work out even though you could, then I think that's a good place to start.
Huh.
Just start
Yeah.
small and go for a walk every other day or something. Just to get in that mindset of, hey, I can do this.
I don't trust my neighborhood.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I would do that.
That's why you have your ton of shore.
Exactly.
Doggies, y'all be quiet over there. I'm
I
trying to
wake
do
up-
something.
I wake up to shots at least once a month. And yeah, I still go for walks. It's okay.
I might start doing that when I get home then. I can't exactly walk the dog with me. She's a little scaredy cat.
Hey,
She'll slip out of her harness and run. So moving
Well,
on
good.
from
I'm
that,
glad that you're
so
making
then
that
that
first
just
step.
means you need to tie it.
number 7, Tenet 7 is judge others by their actions only.
That just means you need to tighten up the harness.
That harness is as tight as it goes. She's right in between a medium and a large, where that medium kind of constricts, but that large is just that wee little bit too big. There is no medium and a half. Know what I
You could
mean?
also talk to some of our leather workers. Give the dimensions to them, and they can make a custom harness.
I'll think about it.
Yeah.
After I get the car paid off next month, money's not going to be as much of a problem as it has been. So
Point taken.
the harness from PetSmart, while not expensive, is not a custom job. So it's a one size fits all for that size range.
It's a one size fits all.
Yeah. So moving on from that.
But see, with the custom thing, you could also get the emblem embossed on it.
And I'm gonna do that.
Ooh.
Just chill out, Kando. So, judging others by their actions only. Doesn't matter whether you're a city councilor, Kando, streaming on TikTok. Yeah, I see you judging me. I don't care. As long as you're judging me by my actions, not who I am.
Oh, trust me, I'm
Don't care
judging
what
by
you
your
got.
annoying actions.
It's only okay if you're
Judging,
streaming on Spotify.
Well, we are on Spotify. That's where we stream. That's where we upload to.
Well, that's where
Yeah.
I was gonna say. I don't think they've got streaming quite yet on Spotify.
Streaming, no, but that's where we upload, and that's where we, I don't know if I keep trying to remember to put us on other places. YouTube, we have to have video, which is what we're trying to do with the, background, which I don't have the QR code on it. Because I couldn't remember how to do that, and Zell had decided to dip out momentarily, so we'll get that out added post-production. But trying to stay on topic here, judging others by their actions only. It doesn't matter whether you're the lowliest worker in a janitorial staff or the President of the United States. We don't judge by who they are, we judge by their actions. Because we all know how that goes. Not getting political. So, tenet number 8, be self-sufficient. And that's to your best of your ability. If you're living in a busy metropolitan area, i.e. Los Angeles, New York City, Chicago, you're not going to be able to be as off-grid self-reliant as someone who's living in bumfuck Egypt or somewhere more urban, somewhere more rural than a metropolitan area. So even if that means growing...
So,
But you're also going to be able to. I live in a small apartment. I still have my 3 weeks of food for a family of 4. I've got all of my. We're self-sufficient, but we're just not growing our own food.
Right.
We're sufficient in the fact that we can provide for those, and we do, like Toys for Tots and stuff like that. Anything that we can do for, like food drives and stuff like that, because we have that extra, and
Right.
we need to get rid of some of it sometimes. So,
and I'm
good to rotate
self-sufficient in the
back
way
around.
that I brew my own alcohol. The last time I bought any kind of alcohol in major quantity, I'm not talking about those little dollar-sized bottles, has been at least a year. Because I just brew my own now.
Question for me. The Toys for Tots thing. What is our youngest member?
Here,
Well, I mean,
In the
I mean,
server,
technically, I'll be
I
10
don't know.
in February, being a leap year.
Say what?
I mean, technically, I'll be 10 years old on the 29th of February.
Ah,
nice.
leap year baby, nice.
Does
For a
that count?
10-year-old, I'm not going to say the rest of them.
Well, I know that we had several.
I know
young
there are a couple.
that are minors still. I think 16 or 17 is the youngest that we've got, as
14.
far as I know. 14? Okay.
My daughter.
Well, I meant on the Discord.
Yeah, I
don't
thought
know
he
if your
meant
daughter was on the Discord.
server related, not...
I don't think that that would matter, because if they're still a follower, a keeper of the way, it doesn't matter if they're on the Discord or not. Because
I just didn't know. I didn't know of your daughter because she's not on the server. Is what I was saying.
Yeah.
Is all.
When you
that's
brought
all I
up the
was saying.
Toys for Tots, that brought up my thought of what is our youngest member that we know of, and
server
we
related,
also,
I'm not
later
sure. I
on
don't
down
think
the
we've
line,
got
might
too
wanna
many.
Consider doing something like that.
I like it.
I'd say most of the people who are finding us right now are in their the adult age range. And
Yeah.
we're bringing
eventually
in
gonna
the
grow
foundlings,
where
the younglings,
entire
with those
family-
ages.
We're we're eventually going to grow to our entire families, where we might end up doing like Toys for Tots for
Right.
those who can't afford. In a way, we would be giving to foundlings.
And that goes into tenet
Right,
number
giving
9 is
those to
keeping
under
some
the
aside for the foundling. Which
This is one of my favorite tenants. I buy toys for Tots and hoard them like the, creepy uncle that I am.
I actually found something
Like,
really fun. So the USPS gets all these letters for Santa. They
Yep,
actually
I
have
found
something
that too,
called
even-
Operation Santa Claus, where you can actually adopt these letters and, to the best of your ability, get those presents. So, in a way, you are becoming Santa Claus for that time.
Yep.
I actually just found out about that this morning.
No, I saw that.
Yeah, I
couple
think it's
weeks
been
ago.
going on for several years now.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it hasn't been going on. It's just something I learned about today. And I find that really
Yeah, it's one
cool.
of the cool things.
Hey, Dum Dum. Come on. I said, you didn't take your shit in the hallway.
Okay, I
man.
will.
Huh? So then we go on to tenet number 10, remain loyal. Remain loyal to the way. Remain loyal to your brothers and sisters within the way. And a lot of us do
That's
real
one
good
thing.
on this because
And by one another, do not.
a lot of us
I have
do.
a prime example.
Hold on.
I bugged Kareem to be here, and he's here now.
Nice. The way I was thinking about that is we've had members in the Discord who have been going through tough ways, and I've noticed we all do a pretty good job of reaching out to those people. Like, if I remember right, Dirge, you were one of those.
Oh yeah, I was going through some pretty bad times.
How many people did you have reach out to you?
A bunch of folks did. I didn't have a chance to get back to everybody, sadly.
But you had a lot of people reach out to make sure you're okay. And
We're definitely a strong community.
that
And
goes
a
into
lot of us
remaining
need
loyal.
Community.
We're not brothers and sisters of chance. And Kanda, what you were talking about bringing Kareem here is actually part of tenet 11, spreading the way to those who will listen or hear. So you brought somebody into the faith.
He was technically already in. We just found each other through TikTok, but it's more of don't self-isolate.
Which is number 12.
Yeah.
The last one. And that doesn't mean don't isolate, like quarantine isolate. That's don't isolate yourselves from friends and loved ones in order to keep the way.
Yeah, just because your loved ones and your friends and family don't follow the way does not mean you cannot associate with them.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, for example, I go to Sunday dinner with my parents. I'm not going to say they're devout Catholics or Christians, because never once in my childhood did we ever go to church. But they were raised that way, so those are their beliefs. I'm not gonna tell my mother that I'm not gonna go to Sunday dinners anymore just because I don't believe in what they believe in.
Well, you're also not going for the religious aspect. You're going because that's your family's culture.
I'm going to family dinner. I'd like to go more than once a week, but for one, my hours, I work 2 in the afternoon to 10:30 at night. That kind of limits when I can go to dinner. Saturday is a free-for-all dinner. everyone does whatever they want for dinner, whether it's cook chicken tendies and chicken nuggies and order pizza, or my sister-in-law might make something, my brother might make something, my mom and dad might make something for themselves. And then Sunday we all come into my mother's house and we all eat dinner there. Throughout the week, they trade. Sorry. I'm trying to breathe and talk. It doesn't work like it's supposed to. Like, I think it's Sunday, Monday, my mother cooks food. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, my sister-in-law will cook. And then Thursday, my mother cooks again. Friday, my sister-in-law cooks again. So it's not one person cooking every day of the week. Right? Makes sense. Or at least to them it does. So what about everybody else? Now that I've gone through the tenets, how do you guys keep the faith?
Consciously, for the most part, on my end. Most of this is just stuff I already do anyways. I do struggle with tenets 10 and 12, but, everybody's going to struggle with something.
Like for me personally, mine's 6. The exercise.
I struggle with that too, but you gotta find the littlest things that you can do, the easiest stuff you can do, and do those little steps first. I've found.
Hey, dum-dum.
And you find goals. Oh man, like my main goal is to fit in my battle vest a little better because I'm a little pudgy, and I need to work on that. I need to lose like 60 pounds. But slowly getting there.
Yeah, thanks to work anyways, I lose weight, but I also don't lose it very fast, but I'm not gaining. So that's a little step for me.
Every morning I just do standard push-ups and sit-ups, and then at work, well, I work in a factory lifting heavy metal all day. That's going to do something for me.
I'm not going to say I do a lot of lifting, but the first couple hours I'm at work, I have to do a deep clean on the machines to switch over product. Because whoever's been paying attention whenever I post stuff from work anyways, is I work in a recycling facility. Cardboard and plastic mostly. And also a lot of paper. So, if I run a specific type of paper, I have to do a deep clean on my baler and my shredder. And that means getting inside of those machines and cleaning them, meaning I got to lock out and tag out both machines. I'm climbing up ladders, picking up heavy pieces of cardboard. Shredder, I got to climb inside of a tube. So you got the shredder piece right here, and then you got the belt right here. I'm low crawling along the ejection belt to be able to get in there and use a little air hose and spray shit out, just so I can get it clean, so I can keep the work product as pure as possible.
I used to do that at a metal recycling facility, and I threw my back out real quick doing that. It was within like 6 months.
Luckily, I don't have to deal with anything too heavy. But that's all equipment for there.
Yeah, we grab like bits of axle and bits of suspension and stuff. We'd crush cars, and it was a lot of fun until I hurt myself.
I bet.
Like running bobcats and front end loaders.
That's my main. That's my main form of equipment is the skid steer, the bobcat, and a guillotine. Because we gotta chop the stuff before we feed it into the shredder because this is pulp paper that we recycle. Just let y'all see what's going on behind me real quick. That
Bless you.
dum-dum right there has been running track circuit from one side of the apartment back over here. That was that. You gonna do you gonna do the zoomies again? Go do your
They're
zoomies.
not
Back on topic.
Now that they're witnesses.
So we should get back on topic, right?
Yes. So,
Yes.
who else would like to speak on how they live the way, how they follow the tenets?
You first.
I already did mine.
Oh, I know. So whoever said
That's me. I mean, it's a little difficult for me to follow some of the tenets in a very literal sense where I'm at geographically. You all know I'm from like the cold land of Canada.
Saskatchewan, eh?
No, BC. So it's kind of like Seattle, but more expensive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm sorry too. But I do things to kind of remember. Can't really remain armed and as per such, like by like the same standards as you guys. So I remain prepared, and some of that allows me to carry around a couple of things that, in a pinch, if I need to, could be used in a defensive way.
If you don't mind me asking, what do you carry so that you can stick with Tenet 1?
So Canadian law is very much about letter of the law and proving intent and so on and so forth. So instead of carrying to provoke, aka a collapsible karambit, I just call it a collapsible hawkbill, right? And use it for utilitarian uses. Same with like, sounds really lame, but like my Leatherman, it's got a good sturdy, set of tools and blades. Kind of there, everything else is really hard to do in Canada when it comes to that stuff. We don't really have a concealed carry thing. So, I mean, I do the best I can with what I can.
And that's all you can do. Because not everybody lives in America, and I know we've got several VOD who are across the sea. And I know they're restricted very heavily on calls and tracyurs. They can't, and best of my knowledge, is the only ones who can carry tracyurs are the police, and even they're restricted. They what?
I should also state that I'm not a lawyer or anything, so I'm
just
expressing my own opinion.
That goes with saying on the podcast, none of us here are lawyers. None of us here are giving legal advice. We are stating our knowledge, and it is not to be taken as legal.
Another way that I follow the tenets is that I have extra sets of gear for foundlings or new entries to my, family.
And that would be tenet number 9. I think. Did I misquote? I don't think I did.
I've done something similar to that. I built up a little bit of a welcome to the way kit for my daughter.
And that was right. 9 is set aside.
Yep. No, for 9, like I said, I set aside, like I'll go to the local department store and get, these toys are on sale this month. I'll get some of those. Oh, Barbie's on sale. I walked away with all 4 Ninja Turtles and 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 Barbies the other day because it was Black Friday, and got to dump them in the Toys for Tots, and it felt amazing.
Nice.
Like, You just stack them up all year, and you just fill a box and go to the next one, fill a box. And it doesn't feel like you're putting that much away when like you're spending $10-15 at a time. But when you do that over the whole course of the year, you see what kind of impact a single person can have.
Right.
And that's what gets to you.
I mean, you got to think about
Like,
the
you
way
just gotta focus.
the Marines Toys for Tots got started. A Marine's wife, or a Commandant's wife, I think, General Commandant, one of the two, asked, what can we do to help young children out who don't have anything? Marine went looking around, and there wasn't anything, so he started it. He started the one to do it. So that's how we got Toys for Tots.
To show you, it's the warriors that look to their community, not the soldiers.
Right.
Not saying that as a Army versus Marine.
It's
Oh,
okay
this
if
is-
you're a crayon eater.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to make fun of them.
I mean, you wouldn't want to
Wouldn't
make
wanna
fun
make
of
fun of
Marines
who?
either, but that's just because they have anger issues.
And colorful turds.
This too.
I had recently found some new lyrics for the Marine Corps hymn. From the shores of Oh no, sorry. Damn, I fucked it up. Shows I wasn't a Marine, I'm sorry. So, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli is the original. This is mine. From the halls of Montezuma to the stores of Crayola.
It's okay.
I've heard better. I couldn't quote better, but I've heard better.
Oh, I'm not saying it's the best out there. It's just something that rhymes. I was like, wait a minute. Haha, this is great. I love it. So is that everybody? Anyone else want to talk about their experiences and the ways that they live the way?
This guy does.
Are you pointing to me?
We don't
Yes.
know who this guy is
Me
for
neither.
you.
That side.
Because right now, I'm right up in the top middle. I've got Kando to my right, Dirge to the left, and you're down here below Dirge.
So Kando. I forgot his name. I'm talking about Kando.
I think he has.
We
Shut up,
just
you
need like
dummies.
2 more people, and we could do like a whole Mandalorian Brady Bunch thing.
I do have a problem with the working out, but I am gonna be working on that partially because my brother wants to take me to start working out. The self-reliance, I'm still working on that. It's more trying to get better with money management because that is my major problem. And
I'm
as
starting
for
to get
Tenet-
mine under control.
Tenet 1, I don't know if everyone in here knows, but I know at least 2 people. I still have problems with depression and do not trust myself with the pews. So
And that is 100% okay.
this is my EDC, and it's also my work knife. It's standard, just one I bought at a store a while back. Partially because I don't have mine yet, because my coworker's still working on the sheath.
Nice.
But I have a turquoise handled knife. Cause yeah,
I just have to say, I'm in the same boat as you, and that's the reason I carry this.
well, see, I have this one, and then literally on my desk, right next to me at all times, it kind of a vampire-looking one.
This is just my baby Kyle.
I am
Kyle,
never
Kyle, what?
5 feet away from a knife, and if we're going down that, I have this little guy. It's sharp as hell. along
I
with
got
this
this
little
one.
guy.
California legal.
Also sharp as hell.
California legal.
Mine's not as sharp
On
as
my
his,
property, I'll carry
but
someone
I
with me,
got
but-
this.
I could shave with mine if I really wanted to, but I'm letting this grow.
I got a training knife. Yeah, I carry every day because I can't carry a tracyur at work because we've got stupid policies.
Oh, see,
Anyway.
that's the wonderful thing about mine. We are supposed to be carrying those box knives, but I don't.
fucking hate box knives. Those are toys.
Yeah,
You can hurt yourself more
we're
with that
No,
than you can
then with the fixed
this.
blade.
I've had more people cut themselves with those safety knives.
Right.
When I can sit
Yep.
there with my nice, really sharp hidden blade, sit there, go over, cut the pellet that they were having issues with in a few seconds. And they just
Exactly.
don't
I
complain
carry
on me.
my really nice Ned Foss that I got for Christmas last year,
And I got this too.
and I carry that at work. And then when I'm out and about, I'll open carry, but I can't. I don't have my concealed
I don't think
carry
I can
permit
open
yet.
carry this at work.
No,
You know,
I don't think you can.
Technically, I can. In Oklahoma, there is no law restriction on the length of a blade. You are just not allowed to carry, I think it's a hatchet and a switchblade, because those are considered weapons, not blades.
You would think a
I
hatchet
really
would be
wanted to.
considered a tool.
Well, like the, oh yeah, I guess tool, but no, like an actual,
I'm sure that
like
it's,
throwing
you
hatchet.
can't walk around. I'm pretty sure for the hatchet thing, it's situational. Of if you're on your property or out camping, clearly you're going to have a hatchet for like wood cutting. But if you're just walking down the street with it on your hip, that's seen as a problem.
See,
I wouldn't see it as a problem.
No, you could walk down the middle of the street with a claymore on your back and no one can say anything because it's completely legal. But hell, I could have a cane
that's why I
sword
like
if I
that.
really wanted to. I've been
That's
thinking
why I
about
like living in Texas. I can have all that, no problem.
it. Oh yeah, you're just below me. I'm in Oklahoma.
Yeah. If I could deal with the heat, I'd be down there, but I can't.
The humidity
Texas here.
problem.
Oh, no,
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
I just kind of figured, not really figured, but I just kind of caught the fact that like we're all following one of the tenants on a fairly regular basis, and that's the exchange of information.
Right.
It's more of a subcategory within one of the tenants. But
Yeah,
you catch
it's
what I
not
mean.
exactly a tenant itself, but that would be tenant number 13, sharing information.
I believe it would be in regards to tenant number 6, in regards to strengthening one's mind with information.
Yeah, training body and mind.
Yeah, training body and mind, seeking information, helping other vore with information that you may have to help strengthen them.
Ooh, ASMR, I'm just rubbing my sword.
Sir, that's inappropriate. Why are you doing that on camera?
I'm pretty sure there's.
No, that's
You're,
stroking a different sword. Thank you very much.
You mean your Chinese decorative piece?
Yes.
I told you not to tell anybody. That was in strict confidence. What happens on my OnlyFans stays on my OnlyFans.
And to answer your question, Cadis, from earlier this week, I had poked one of my friends at work.
Oh.
And as I was running away from her, I tripped over a pallet and almost face planted, but cut myself. And she told everyone.
That was that rumor that someone was talking about?
Yes.
Nice. While you were playing Monster Hunter Fortnite Edition?
It's called Wild Hearts.
I don't care. That is now called Monster Hunter Fortnite Edition. Because you build walls
Agree.
and you kill monsters.
Smart ass.
I can't even claim to have come up with that one, but I've been dying laughing ever since thinking about that. That was fucking hilarious. So who else has been enjoying Black Friday sales?
Got all the kids' Christmas stuff ordered and shipped already with it.
All my stuff comes
Yeah, I
in
got-
Wednesday, and I ordered like 13 things off of Amazon in one day.
I ordered a lot, but I got my biggest thing I'm waiting for is a case of 9mm that I got for 27 cents out the door.
Per round, I take it.
Like 20, yeah, per round. Sorry.
I was about to say
where the hell
27
is-
cents for the for those 1,000 rounds. I think there's something wrong.
It was like 27.2 cents a round because it was like $2 more or something.
Yeah, I think
272.12.
I think when I looked, it was like 250, 249. I think for the box.
Yeah, but what brand?
The one that you linked.
Oh, the first one that I linked, the
Yeah.
one that I wanted to buy but didn't have money for that day. Yeah, they raised the price on Black Friday by like $20 for the case.
Wait a couple of weeks and it'll go back down.
Yeah,
well, I was down to 50 rounds, so I needed it.
Yeah, and I'm like that too. Which is why I'm kind of
I
hoping I
was
don't
not
have to
going
use
to
my
start
9
shooting.
anytime soon.
And
Well,
what?
I-
They'll raise them around Black
This is
Friday,
strictly
right?
this is strictly for training rounds.
No ammo
Like,
needed.
That's all that is. I've got all my defensive rounds all set aside and all of that,
No ammo needed.
but this is just to stay sharp.
You know the reason why they raise it around Black Friday, right?
Yeah, so I can spend more.
No, so people aren't idiots going and blowing rounds just to scare people off on Black Friday. Even though no one actually goes out shopping in hordes like they used to on Black Friday.
Yeah, you know, I saw a
No.
video this morning on TikTok where they did a comparison. They took footage from back in like 2005, and then they showed how empty the stores are this last Friday.
Because you can buy everything online now.
Right.
I was gonna say a lot of businesses have actually gone more so to either online shopping or order online pickup.
Hey, someone's at the
Yep.
door.
No, they're not. She hears a leaf running past the entryway, and that's all.
Yeah, and
She hears somebody walking past the entryway, which is pretty much the distance of where I'm sitting and that wall in the very far background, past the dog.
Failed test.
Yeah, exactly.
Howard.
Someone's there. She needs to let you know.
Yep,
No.
she's being a good girl.
She
Someone
is
saw
being a
that,
good
I
girl,
heard it.
but at the same time, no.
So,
Because she
okay,
barks
out
at the
of
most random
curiosity,
shit, and I
how
keep
many
telling her,
cats do you have back there?
I count
Wait.
6.
I have no hats, I don't know what you're talking about.
Who is that on the
just got a
bottom?
very shiny. Just got a very shiny head, Mr. Clean.
That's the background and this work light that I've got above me. Because I don't know if you noticed, but I don't have a ceiling light above me. There's I've got somewhere to hang a light, but I don't actually have
Still
a
have the background on. We can't see anything.
do what?
You still have the background on.
Oh. There you go. So right there, I've got a place to hang a light, but it's not a switch light. It's just hey, hang a light here and go plug it in somewhere. So I use a I use a Milwaukee work lamp as my living room light.
Well, why not?
Why not what?
Why not have a construction lamp as your living room light?
I got it for free when I worked for Milwaukee.
No, I said why not? Like it's a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, it gets pretty fucking bright. As you can tell by my forehead, it just got brighter.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
And that's the lowest setting.
Mr. Bling.
No, that would be Haran.
Yeah,
That would be Mr. Cakes coming in.
Hey, what's up?
mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Welcome in, Haran.
Other than my messy area, I just spent the extra dollars for this.
Oops.
So I can. Oh, no. There you go.
You can have mood lighting.
I can kind of do that. I just have to set something up on top of it.
Wait. Or I could do this. Hold on.
Oh, dude, don't tell me you have that sound activated one.
No. No. There's been jokes where I just sit back here like this and I'm falling asleep.
Now, see, I was just thinking the clapper and extracurricular activities making it a strobe light.
Spending too much time with
That's how I found out I have epilepsy.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's
Just have the clapper and you're just going.
That's a horrible way to find out you suffer from epilepsy.
For him, maybe. For her, it was probably a good time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, you got really excited at the end. What happened? I was dying!
The joke has been made several times that I could easily be you just sitting there falling asleep in the background.
You're spending too much time with Lannis, my old friend.
I know, right? Well, I get bugged if I'm not
Grief.
there. I literally get spammed by everyone.
Like, where you at,
Welcome to
man?
the
Where you at,
club.
man? Where you at, man? Get in the live, man.
Pretty much.
Haran, you
Anyway,
haven't
back
been able
on
to see it
topic.
yet, but I finally got my helm.
G is pretty much our culture.
Yeah. One would almost think it's Mando meets military.
Well, apparently with my helm on, it takes away from the background. It makes me invisible. Watch, I can become invisible by putting my boishi on.
Wait. You can be seen?
Where'd I go?
It's because it doesn't recognize a face.
That's a brilliant cosplay as the Invisible Man.
I am the invisible Mando.
To all our viewers out there, yes, we might be autistic.
There
That
we
is
go.
not a requirement.
It is not, but it usually
I was
helps.
gonna say might be.
Remember, you can't spell autism without you and I.
And then
I am the most sophisticated
Very good.
Mandalorian.
Alrighty. While it is true, there are those of us that have mental health situations. It is not a it is not a requirement, and two, please do not, how should I say, take what is being said in regards to it as we are not serious about what we say here.
We
say
make fun
certain
of our
things
own
in
illnesses, not everybody else's.
fun. Exactly.
Yeah, we're making fun of ourselves.
Very much.
Think of it more as think of it as a personal coping mechanism in a way.
I has the spicy sadness.
The way you said that. With the helmet
All right,
on.
all right, Slim Mando.
I has
Or
the
Man
spicy
Shady.
sadness.
All right,
No,
Man
I've
Shady.
got the tism for sure. It's okay. I give you all permission. You can make fun of us.
Yeah, mine's the ooh shiny.
Oh, I've got that too. It goes together really well.
Oh, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh.
I do
It's
not have
so
the
good.
tism, but I do have the ooh shiny.
No, we've got the tism very strong in this house.
No, see, what's stupid is that is now part of the tism spectrum.
What, the ooh shiny?
Yes.
I'm going back under my
The
helmet
thing
now. It's
is-
safe in here.
The thing is when we talk about tism, is it has gotten to the point where it is a broad encompassing term now used for not just what is traditionally known as tism, but ADD, ADHD, and several other things in between. This is why it's called the spectrum.
Yeah, it's everything now. It's no longer.
It is a very blanket term nowadays.
I'm not going to say that's unfortunate because it really isn't, because that means they're studying it more. And that's a good thing. That is a very good thing.
Yeah. But back to the culture of Keepers of the Way and as Mandalorians and Keepers.
Shall we move into the color codes now? Is that what we're saying?
I mean, we can, unless there's anyone else that wishes to
Speak about
discuss
their
the whole
trials and
kind of-
tribulations.
Mhm.
I have nothing to add.
I've pretty much said my piece.
I'm working on mine.
You're walking on sunshine?
My mind finished the rest of that.
And oh, does it feel good? But it was a little over a week. I will be back to adhering to tenet number 6. Like I wish I had actually done when I left high school, like I should have.
I kind of wish I had when I was enlisted. But I found out that I've got a bone spur in my left heel, or right heel. I can't remember which even foot it is anymore. They put me on permanent profile, which means I was walking instead of running. And the army just decided to say, "Nah, fuck this. We're just not gonna deal with you anymore." And I didn't even get a medical discharge. I just got a general discharge.
That's fucked up.
Right. But I did find out 2 years ago now that I qualified for disability, so I at least get to draw VA disability now for it.
That's good.
Because it was service related. So.
Yeah.
I mean, that because I have to draw for it, but hey, I get to be able to.
I guess we could switch, we can transition into colors. Now, when we talk about colors and meanings, these are specifically when talking about colors that one puts into their armor to specifically have meaning to them.
Right. And not everybody's going to recognize colors as having a purpose. So, me personally, my colors revolve around black, green, and red. But I only really recognize... I like red, so that's why I went with that. I didn't go because it's honoring a father or a parent. I just like red. Black and green, however, I do acknowledge as duty and justice. And I will also occasionally throw in white for a fresh beginning, new start. Hence my forehead is sporting the white look right now.
Trying to remember where it was posted, the colors.
We posted it in the Mando voice channel chat.
Right, it was in this voice chat, actually.
And I posted another one in general, or a cantina.
Yeah, that's the one that I was initially looking for.
Zell, you posted it back on the 12th at 9:36.
Yes. Now there is that one, but there was also another one that was somewhat more in depth. I think that's the one that's in the cantina.
Oh, the one that has the Fanon colors?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the one I posted had the Fanon colors too.
Purple, pink, brown.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess a better question is, who here does have meaning behind their colors?
Besides mine. That I saw.
Myself.
I mean, I do.
And what are yours?
Black, blue, and green.
So you would go for duty, justice, and reliability as your meanings.
Exactly.
Candle, I know yours red and blue, but I think I remember you saying you had another one last
Blue.
podcast.
Blue, black, and red.
Okay, so honoring a parent, justice, and your reliability.
In my specific version, it's actually my grandparents.
Yeah.
Yeah, the red is
red
not
used to be
just
gold.
the red is the red has had multiple different ways of saying what it represents, but the broad general view of it is honoring those before you, honoring your heritage.
Right.
Is the general overview of all the meanings that red has had. Actually, truth be told, right now I'd actually have some gray in my. I would be putting gray in my armor for the past year, up to this point as well, because of the loved ones that I've lost.
Right. And that's one of those Fanon, so to speak, colored.
No,
codes.
gray is
Oh. I was thinking the remembrance. I'm sorry, not the mourning.
Yeah, mourning.
My bad.
The last one. Yeah, yellow is remembrance, and that is a Fanon color.
Anybody else want to state their chosen colors if they so follows colors?
I actually don't have any yet. I haven't picked mine.
Okay.
But,
well, I'll go over the so-called canon and the Fanon. So we've got gray, which is mourning a lost love, whether that's a parent, a loved one in general. You got red, which is honoring a parent, or like Zell said, remembering those who came before us. We've got black, which is justice, gold, vengeance, green, duty, blue, reliability, orange, a lust for life, also the color of fire. We've got purple, which is to represent luck, pink, respected or respecting someone, white, which is purity or a fresh beginning. Think like a snowfall, where it just wipes out everything from the past. It's a new beginning.
Or
we've
a
got
new page.
or a blank page. Exactly. We've got brown, which is for valor, maroon, power, Aaron, which is a kind of neon green for those who are curious, is a lust for peace. Scarlet is defiance. Silver is seeking redemption. And yellow is for remembrance. Now you can kind of say blending colors. Like maroon is a kind of a reddish brown. So honoring a parent and valor. Or you can call it power. Did I say honoring a power? Or did I say honoring a parent?
You said honoring a power.
That's what I thought I said, honoring a power.
I heard honoring a power. I was like, that's an interesting way to interpret that.
So, honoring a parent and valor could also mean power if you mix the two together. Or, what is it? Blue and yellow, remembrance and reliability, which makes green for duty.
And again, colors don't have to have a meaning.
Yeah,
But
like
to some of us, they do.
Like for me, I use red in my colors, but I don't use it as honoring those before me. I just like the color red.
That's where I guess you'd need to either know the person a little bit or ask them if there's any meaning behind the colors. Some people actually have meaning behind the pieces of armor that they have.
Right.
But that's a whole different story.
Yes.
I go for black and bronze myself. Black for obvious, justice, fairness in some sense. Bronze for nobility of action.
And that wasn't one of those on here, so that's good to know.
It is part of the extended ones. I remember seeing it on the other list that I'm looking for.
Okay, I was going to say it's not on the one in the voice chat.
Yeah. I saw it on the one that was like posted in the cantina.
Either pin it or send it to me because I really want to see that one as well.
All I do is open the cantina chat and I see Haran's post of the 4 absolute units of the apocalypse.
All right.
I mean, the thing is
the color list via voice chat. There you go.
Yeah, that's the one that. Yeah, so gray, mourning a lost love or family member. Red, honoring a parent or leader. Black, justice. Gold, vengeance. Green, duty. Blue, reliability. Orange, a lust for life or freedom. White, Zenzitin, a fresh start. Literal Whitefield or purity. The following are non-can or purity. Purple for luck. Pink, respect or respecting someone. Brown for valor. Maroon, brownish red for power. Green, a light green, a lust for peace. Scarlet, crimson, dark red, defiance or relentlessness. Silver, seeking redemption. Yellow, remembrance. Teal, greenish blue for healing. Teal, bronze, nobility, noble intentions or high status. Cyan, a light blue, loving or in love, maybe married. So I myself would have cyan on mine to honor my redor. Tan, light brown for loyalty. Magenta, bright pink for passion or passionate. A dark green pine, guarding or protecting, which that one would actually be more the green that I would have on mine. And then navy dark blue, fighting for a cause.
I definitely like the pine and the navy.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I'm going to save those.
Right.
Yeah, I did
It's
too.
I didn't have the exact shade for it when I painted it, but supposed to be silver, supposed to be crimson. I feel like I have a lot to make up for because not being a part of certain events I should have been. Red because I'm bullheaded.
Would that
I
not
know the
be
word.
scarlet? Are you referring that the red that you're referring to is the scarlet red?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make that clear that you're referring to scarlet versus just normal red.
Did you ever pick one, Cake?
What?
Your colors.
You ever pick
For
your
one?
colors?
Or if you decide to have meaning behind
Well,
colors, anyways.
well, before when I had that heavy infantry helmet, before it got messed up, I was just painting it just for how I liked it and colors. I just thought it was cool, but I didn't really put any thought into the meaning behind the colors. And with once I can get a new helmet, then to be honest with you, I'll probably have to. I'm gonna probably paint it differently and try to kind of. I'm thinking along the lines of kind of making like using the colors meanings plus kind of making like the life story with it, I guess, like little bits of pieces with the coloring that kind of
Right.
Mm-hmm.
go on with what happened in life.
I mean, that's generally what the armor is. It's expressing yourself as well as
Hi, puppy.
any Mandalorian looks at you in your armor, they know who you are and where you've been. That's
Hey, y'all stop that.
Your
That's what
armor.
some of our armor is about.
It's kind of like the idea of the old battle jackets.
Mm-hmm. Because the thing to keep in mind is typically when fully armored, no one can actually see you. So your colors, what your designs, your insignias, these are what tells, okay, this is Talon, that's Kadale, that's Kando, that's Haran, that Dirge is over there. And I know that because I know the patterns, I know the colors
You know the
to that
sigils.
person, and I know, and even if they were painted, the sigils may be the same. I know that Kando over there is that one because I know the meaning of his colors, and those are the ones that he would pick. Or
Actually,
I know what to expect from him based off his colors. I know what ideals he holds to himself with those colors.
did have a question. Okay, so you know how like there's our primary sigil, and I think I've asked it before, but just to kind of might as well talk about the culture kind of ramifications. So in the show Mandalorian, you get your kind of personal crest or your clan's crest or whatever you want to call it. When you come across something that was supposed to like basically end you, and you still ended up living through it, you know?
Right.
For perseverance.
That was how he got his, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of your crest, your family crest. That's why when she made him the Mudhorn, she said you are now a clan of two.
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
Yeah, because he did not get the Mudhorn sigil until after Din Djarin accepted Grogu
As a foundling.
As a foundling.
Fair.
So, while granted still searching for the Jedi to give Grogu back, he accepted Grogu as a foundling while under his care. He was no longer just a package.
Right.
So thus, they became a clan of two. Now,
Gotcha.
we currently don't. We have clans in the Discord server. They're still being worked on as far as the quote-unquote hierarchy in regards
how
to
they are recognized
clans,
in the
houses, and all that kind of situation. That sort of structure is still being worked on by the excuse me, by the Allure. Mm-hmm. So eventually we will have a wonderful podcast where when the Allure announces the things that they have been working on because they're wanting to sort of get it all out at once in one time, I'm pretty sure we will have a future podcast or several podcasts breaking down those things and
Right.
how they affect us in a cultural aspect as well.
Because right now, the only place we are officially recognized is the state of Ohio. We need to get recognized in more places first. That's the big push right now.
Well, that's also partly why you have to be out there in the public. You have to do some good things in your community. It all helps for that
Right.
kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm planning on spreading the word while I'm in service.
I did post a question in the chat for the podcast, but it doesn't need to be answered upon. It's just something that was on my mind.
I would not imagine that would be a problem.
Yeah, I don't see it being an issue for that.
It was just brought to my attention. A couple of folks were, wondering if that could be a thing.
So more
I don't
like
see why not.
something like an EMS guild.
Yeah, like med tech or something like that. Yeah.
Couldn't hurt to. It specifically focuses on training and information
Right.
in regards to first responding type situations and
like we've got
equipment.
the Armorers Guild, which is our focus is to make and sustain armor. I would think we would also need a guild for any kind of medical service or any kind of technical as well.
Or a Kabor
Someone
guild.
like kind of like how the armor guild is. If you have an armor question, you go to them and ask. We have medical things that we need, we go to the medical guild about. That would make sense.
Yeah.
If we
Something
go down
we
that
will,
road, we could also have
something we can bring up
arming.
to the Allure, or the board.
Something that we can bring up in the PR chat.
Yeah.
But in regards to...
It also probably would bring more people who aren't as active, maybe a little bit more active. Because
yeah. And if anyone's got suggestions or questions in regards to these things, please do not hide. Feel free to speak out in regards. No suggestion like this is a bad suggestion unless it's, I mean, I can easily say one bad suggestion, but I'm not going to because it's an obvious one.
It's like there is no such thing as a stupid question, except for the one not asked.
Exactly.
And that also goes for the people who are listening at home post-recording. feel free to ask any questions either on the Facebook or if you are in the Discord. We don't mind answering these questions or even asking them on the Spotify page. On the
I was gonna say, I'm sure I've made sure to at least have it to where comments can be put. Unless I somehow didn't check that box, which, oops, sorry.
I say usually I think it's auto click, so I think you're all right, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
Regarding the recognition in different states, because of the unique legal situation I'm in at the moment, I'm essentially, I hate to say it this way, but forcing the states of Tennessee and Texas to recognize said faith, the way of Mandalore.
Wait, say again?
I'm essentially backdoor forcing the states of Tennessee and Texas to recognize the way of Mandalore. They are
the way.
Yes.
If you don't mind me asking, how are you forcing the back door?
Yeah, I'm curious how.
Well, I don't know the legality of them asking this, but they frequently ask, "What is your religion?" The way of Mandalore. And because it is an official document from the state, it's going to court, they write that down, they now have to either recognize it or account for it. So at the very least, it paves
to have a court state in writing with recognition of such in such a way. It does bode well for us.
I mean, it doesn't hurt.
It does. It gives us closer to full
recognition.
Full recognition, because once they ask me for my dog tag information and all that, I plan on putting down that I am a keeper of the way.
Excuse me.
Which is why I'm also needing the beskargam from you.
Then I'll probably have to ship it to you while in basic because right now my printer is down.
It'll be after I get out of basic. One, I'll have the money to actually pay you for it by then, and two, aren't you able to print in metallic?
Yes, I've got a metallic color. They're all back there in a box right now. Otherwise, I would grab one.
Out of curiosity, how much are you charging him?
For the dog tag style, I think I said about $15-$20. I had not. I got to see what I charged for the full size one, and I can't remember. I think I was charging $30 for that.
Give me a second. I
still have the one you made me.
I was gonna say how much did I charge you for that? Was it $35 or was it $30?
$30.
You said.
Okay, there. I think they were going to be the same price as that. It's just without the family crest on it. It's the like the one you've got right here. The one you got from Grant. I've got a 3D print style of that now.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
and basically
you
what
told me the dog tag was going to be $20.
Okay. And the dog tag one is literally the size of a dog tag. Was like 1.15 inch by 2 inch, give or take.
Something like it, give or take, yeah, something
and
like that.
It's 3 millimeter thick. Kando, you have. I was gonna say you have froze, and your face is looking like this.
Oh, sorry. I'm.
It's like you're intense studying on something. It's just like.
Discord fully froze on my end.
Just the face. You're just looking at me like I'm on me. I've got my camera right here, and yours is right here next to me. So your face just like just staring me the fuck down over there. I'm just like, what is he looking at? What is in my background I need to be worried about? Besides all the
Okay,
hats.
so I got a
Oh,
question.
What you got?
Water and right corner.
I think someone said they had a question.
Yeah, that was me, but I think I jumped in on somebody accidentally.
You're
Nope.
good. What you got?
No, you're good.
Okay, so like one of my personal traditions is like sounds a little weird, I guess, or concerning maybe, but anytime I've been on like a really good scrap or a bad situation, I have a trinket from it usually. Is that kind of a thing for us, or is that just kind of like a no go, or what's up with
Like
that?
taking war trophies kind of thing?
What do you
As far as I
mean?
know, there's nothing against it.
I mean, like kind of like a memento. Like I'll show you.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand what you're referring to.
Something like that. Right. Would that be acceptable to put onto my armor? It was something like I got off with somebody I had a fight with, kicked the crap out of them. It's kind of a memento.
Mm,
I don't see problems with mementos
was it a
on armor. I
defense,
also
or
don't
was it,
smoke any.
or did you initiate it? Because I'm thinking if it was maybe in defense of others, it could be a badge of honor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was in
But
defense of
if you
myself,
just
but it
decided,
wasn't really in defense of others.
I'm sorry, I
Defense
Well, in
talked over
defense
you.
I
in
see
general,
that as-
you yeah, you didn't obtain it when you were the aggressor against another. Correct?
Yeah, I was not the aggressor.
I think that would be another question for the PR chat, Zell.
Probably, yeah. I'll have to get back to y'all on that one. Because it is a like
Gray area.
A very gray area.
I mean,
yeah, it's
as long as you're not
trying to
just
think of how to
randomly
say
beating
it.
people up and taking their stuff, I don't see a problem with it.
He did say that it was in defense of others. It's not someone he just rolled up across and, hey, I want a piece of your belt or something.
I mean,
What I'm getting at.
situationally,
Like just take a
a friend of
clump of
mine
their
got
hair or
intoxicated and
something.
came at me.
I mean, as long as you're not taking scalps, I and it's nothing of value, and nothing that's going to get you into legal trouble.
I'm gonna have to say, for now, on the safe side, it's probably not a good idea.
It's definitely
For
questionable.
now, seeing
I would say an
seeing as
unsupported.
well, because the issue then becomes of
You're taking
after the
something of someone
fight-
else's
after
now.
after the fight and everything, it can kind of be used against you in defense because you took a trophy. One, you stole an item from the person. Two, you're flaunting it. It looks very bad in a court case situation.
I hadn't even thought about it that way.
Yes, because even though we defend ourselves, expect to see the inside of a courtroom, depending on what happens.
No, fair enough,
Oh.
fair enough.
Yeah, and that's also why we always want to carry more than one tracyur. Because if we have to use one, be expecting that other one to be in police custody for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
At least until the investigation's over with, at minimum.
presuming they don't find you guilty and
Right.
take it away permanently. But for now, I myself am probably gonna say that it's probably not something you want to do. Once I get more information from the Allure, I'll be able to give a more definitive, but as a rather safe than sorry situation, probably not going to want to do that right now.
That's kind of where I'm leaning towards myself.
Mm-hmm.
So personal practice, not to be encouraged in the way.
Yeah, definitely not
Yeah.
encouraged
For
as
now.
a way of the faith.
I would definitely
Yeah.
make that an unofficial thing, personal practice only. Like,
I wouldn't even make it
According
an
to the way-
unofficial thing.
according to the way, there's no elite yet. My personal practice, my elite is literally my family. Using the term in the most
Literal
strictly by the definition way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say as far as the way is concerned, it's probably going to be a no for trophies like that. Now, if it's something along the lines of like you went out hunting and got like a hog's tooth, or you took some animal hide to
That's
turn into like a braid or cord or something.
Yeah, that's totally
Yeah,
different in
that-
itself.
Well, no, I'm just trying to clarify the difference between them being that that's a those kind of things are trophies of achievements, whereas just defending yourself and doing something like that. I mean, even in war times, doing that to an enemy is frowned upon in the military. Does it still happen? Sadly. Should it? Probably not.
There was another
So,
reason they
as far
frowned
as-
upon bringing war trophies home too, especially in the Operation Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom.
I mean, I won't lie, it was definitely meant as a if you want it back, come and take it kind of thing.
In the military sense of it, the reason there are standing orders on not taking war trophies is because they could be bugged with either listening technology or, in the extreme case, something that go boom.
I was gonna say that second one, I can see that. The first one,
Not very likely on the first one. It was more along the lines of the, hey, this could go boom. And we
It's
don't
a
want
security
that.
issue either way.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of hunting and tying that into culture, next year,
hunting is very big. Oh yeah, you got a thing going on next year, don't you, Talon?
yep, I'm taking my daughter on a blooding hunt. Basically, her Vergoten, warrior birth.
Mm-hmm.
For her, it's extremely important from her point of view, as she's stated, and kind of help her get over trauma that she's had in the past. Showing her she has strength.
Right.
Very good, very good.
We're
And I believe
going.
I believe
Go
you
ahead.
said it was a spear hunt.
Yes, with a armed lifeguard of sorts.
I did see that message in the cantina.
Mm-hmm.
Or whichever
May
channel
the
it was. I
hunt
remember
be-
seeing it.
May the hunt be fruitful
Right.
and the hogs be big.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Especially in my daughter's favor.
Right.
I trust myself, but I will protect my daughter. But these are hogs still, and they like to travel in packs.
Yeah.
They can be very dangerous. My advice: have a very long and very pointy knife. handy.
Well, also, my biggest advice is look at history. If you're using a spear, get a boar spear because it has a way of, it usually has a steel block to stop them charging up the spear, because they will do that.
Dirge, I
Yeah,
just
plan.
realized something. I need to make this comment. Have you ever watched Game of Thrones?
Who are you
Who
asking?
are you talking to?
Dirge. Have you ever
Dirge.
watched Game of Thrones?
No.
Has anybody here
No.
watched Game of Thrones?
I have.
I think I
Yes.
know where you're going with this.
Tell me he
One
doesn't
or
look
two
like Robert
episodes?
Baratheon.
I see it.
Tell me he doesn't look
Oh,
like
what is
King
it?
Baratheon.
Thank you, question mark?
It's a good thing. At least you don't look like you drank and know things. I'm saying you don't
Even
look
if
like
I
a
could be half that man, I'd be good.
But
I do
yes,
drink and I do know things, so
Yeah, and you didn't make a bad wish.
a bad wish.
I take it you don't know the joke that Peter Dinklage's character keeps trying to say.
I guess not. I'm not sure.
So the joke that Peter Dinklage's character keeps trying to say but gets cut off before the punchline is he met a genie that gave him 3 wishes. I don't remember the first 2 wishes, but the third one is that he wished for his member to go below his knees.
Ah.
The maiden would reply with, "Oh, well, that's not very, very much then, is it, sadly?"
It's not very
his
far.
response to that is, I used to be 6'2".
I just
So-
like his way of wanting to die at 80 years old with a belly full of wine, and you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it, I might as well say it. I'll just edit it out. And a woman's mouth around his cock. I'm pretty sure
I
that's
mean, you can
that'd be
edit
how
this
all
part.
of us want to go.
Nah,
as much
my
editing as
I
will
mean,
happen in a 15-minute podcast.
I mean, I'll say this because I'm pretty sure this can get edited out along with everything. Is yes, either that or between someone's thighs.
We're at the 1 hour 30-minute mark. Now I know where I need to go in and edit.
Like I said, at the end, it's going to be probably a 15-minute podcast with all the editing.
Not usually.
Nah, typically when I do the editing, it only drops it down by at most 10 minutes.
When I did the editing, I just said fuck it and posted it.
You gotta
that's
admit
lazy.
though, there are the podcasts that I've edited needed to be edited.
Yeah, not all
The
of them.
We can all
FCC
agree.
is knocking on his door.
You're the one editing,
Oh,
not me.
God.
Was that cake?
No,
No.
Is that you?
and he's
Maybe.
lucky. He is lucky.
Cake is just
He
here
is
listening.
so lucky.
Sorry, what did you say? I wasn't paying attention.
They were accusing you of doing the air horn.
Oh, no, see, if it was me, I'd be doing the duck. Oh, see.
Nope. Zelda. Oh, I was
Yeah,
gonna say Zelda
you're-
decided to take his camera off now.
No, you're lucky I don't have the soundboard on mobile.
You were looking, weren't you?
As I said, I'm not the one editing.
So, is there anything else we want to cover on the culture side? Anybody can think of anything else?
Food. Cultural
I can't think of
dishes.
anything.
We only have a few things we could culturally claim as Mandalorians. That's the ooze cake, for one.
We need to come up with a better recipe for it because the one I found it doesn't make a cake.
It's not really supposed to be a cake as we know it.
No, it's
More
supposed
like
to be more along the lines of like fruit cake.
Yeah, it doesn't even come out like that. There is zero flour in the recipe I posted. Like barley
Not
or
all
other.
cake. Funny enough, not all cakes use flour. It's supposed to be. It's more like along the lines of how a cheesecake is.
True.
I
Our
propose that
sphincter
we
just
make one of our
puckered
holy
at
meals.
cheesecake.
Wait, what?
I said my sphincter.
I propose we make one of our holy meals survival bread.
Hardtack?
Infused with
Are you talking about
vitamins.
Infused with vitamins.
No. No.
I'm sure I have some crackers around here. Does that count?
Ew. Only if they came from MRE meal number 13.
Nobody wants to eat that.
That's the chili
No one
mac,
wants
dude.
4 fingers.
Everybody
But it's an
loves.
MRE.
MRE
Nobody
number
wants to eat
13 is the holiest of MREs.
Yeah, do you know what the devil of the MREs are?
The veggie
I
omelet.
don't know, but I just ordered the number. I just ordered 3 of the chili macs. I am excited.
I hear the
They're
Frank.
going
I told you, meal number 13. That's what he just ordered.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. 4
Would you
fingers.
rather chili mac or would you rather homemade stew?
Well, I'd
Depend on
rather
the
have
stew
the
and what's
homemade
in it.
stew, but for an MRE, I'm gonna eat the chili mac.
And you're probably
Hey,
trading
worst
away
one
the
of them
veggie
all.
omelet to get that chili mac.
Trade
The
everything
worst
in
one of them all.
4 fingers of death, or like whatever it's supposed to be, some kind of sausage. I think.
Oh yeah,
It was
it's
meant to
kind of
be
like the
4 sausage
McRib.
links. The 4 sausage links.
Oh,
And the rib is exactly like the McRib. I don't care what anyone says.
What, you're talking about the one I'm talking about?
Yeah, it reminds me of the McRib. The McRib reminds me of it. I don't get excited for the McRib now.
Which is out at the moment.
it's funny. No,
No,
I had a pepperoni pizza MRE this earlier this afternoon, making my kid try it because we're looking for forever food for them.
Just avoid the cheese.
Yeah, the
yeah,
cheese
no,
is
it's
hit
all
and
about
miss.
the pepperoni one.
No, more specifically, the powdered cheese.
Oh, the powdered ones, yes.
Yeah.
The MRE cheeses,
Unless
you're usually pretty safe on those.
I got some bacon
the-
cheddar
I see
ones.
their
They're pretty
face.
awesome.
You don't think they're safe.
the powdered cheese, yeah, go ahead and have that if you're planning on going out into the woods for survival for a week. Then you won't have to worry about bathroom.
The MRE cheese is hit and miss. You're either going to be stopped up for a week, or you're going to be free flowing for a week.
Yeah, there is no in between.
Wacky fun.
Nope.
There's a reason going.
This is why
There's a reason going
my battle
commando was a
vest-
thing.
This is why in my battle vest there are chewable Pepto. Because I'm a smart mando.
Yeah, I'll be having a tube of Pepto with me. If
Well, see,
ever
I
do
usually go
if
for
I-
the
if I end up
Imodium
getting
pills.
deployed.
Button for just such a thing.
So 3 things I keep in my car at all times: a bottle of ibuprofen. This is the house one. A box or
Drink candy.
bottle of Imodium. And I also keep Tums. That's the third one. And acids.
Don't forget a case of water.
Yeah. During the summertime, I'll keep a case of water. During winter time, it's. I also have a 2-liter in the car at all times because instead of going to the store to buy a soda, I just carry that in the car.
For me personally, instead of Tums for acid reduction, I use famotidine.
Speaking of water, I gotta go release some water. I'll be back in a minute.
And I must see myself out. I have court in the morning.
Who dat? Oh, Talon, yes.
The
Have
handsome
fun.
one.
Oh.
Good luck. Good luck.
May the courts be. May the judgment be in your favor.
Oh, I don't do meth. I have a job and no criminal record. It's in my favor. All right.
Yeah, but are you in Texas or you're in Texas, right?
The case is in Texas. I am in Tennessee. I'm attending this way.
May the courts be in your favor. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, first state the judge in favor of the father. This is really at the point they're officially saying, "Hey, she's yours now." My ex cannot have her. This is more just making it official.
Formality. This is more a formality. Okay. That's good to hear. But you go get some sleep because making yourself look presentable goes very well in the judge's eye.
Very
Even
definitely.
in a situation where it's just a confirmation.
Jate ka nervode. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yate ka.
But you can figure out how to hang up.
The red button.
And there he goes. Alright, so I think
I too am taking off. I gotta go to bed.
alright. Take it easy, West.
All right. You take her easy, good sir.
I'll still be up for another 4 or 5 hours.
Take care.
You guys have fun.
Oh yeah, loads.
You said loads.
Wow.
But why?
Alright, so I think now is a good time to wrap up the topic side of the podcast anyways and move into After Dark. So we thank everyone who has been here for the first hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, I think, for the topic side of the podcast. And if you want to see what happens after that, go ahead and stick around for Mando's After Dark. And if you're interested in joining the way, if you're finding us just randomly through podcasts, we will have a QR code and link tree in the description, which will take you to all of our social medias, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. What else have we got? I think those are the big ones.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter.
Don't have an OnlyFans yet.
Discord. Patreon. Patreon for those who wish to help support our legal fees to get farther along in our recognition.
Yep, so we do have the Patreon, like he said, that does go straight to the legal fees. We also have the Armorers Guild, which is linked, which will take you to our guild page, where you can talk to any one of the armorers. We've got 3D printers, we've got leather workers, we got metal workers. We've also got 3D designers.
Metallurgist.
What was that, Zell?
The metallurgist.
Yeah, the metallurgy. And we've got a shop set up on that Facebook page. We also have our Discord channel. So feel free to.
Which is where we do these recordings.
That is correct. That is where we are live recording the sessions that you guys are listening to. We do have a vetting process, but that's just to weed out the disturbers and the bots to find out if you actually want to be a part of the faith or you're just here to cause trouble.
Roll.
Which, to my understanding, we actually haven't.
It's not what you thought.
Luckily, we haven't had any of those disturbers that I'm aware of.
Not that I've noticed.
But then we also
Been pretty lucky on that.
For the most part, yeah. So far, we have been. Will it happen? Probably. But if you just want to come into the Discord and learn about the way, we do have our general chat that you are more than welcome to join up and talk to any one of us. We are very active.
We have our sermons posted there when they get released.
We do have, if I'm not mistaken, the update channel is available to anyone who joins the server, whether you're vetted or not. So you can listen to the YouTube. Oh yeah, we do have that YouTube channel as well. That the Allure will post the sermons to. So feel free to listen to those as well.
I believe the updates channel is for
that is under the Vote section. It's not under the boot camp. So you'll have to go through the vetting to be able to.
However, I believe the Way of the Mandalore and the 12 Tenets also have.
Yeah, the 12 Tenets does have the YouTube sermons. That's where I was reading through to get the tenant numbers.
Yeah.
The updates just basically show what's been posted to the TikTok, I think. Not the YouTube side.
TikTok.
It'll update when YouTube videos are also updated.
Okay. Good to know.
I need to go through and rewatch the sermons myself.
Right, I think I tried listening to one or two on Veterans Day. I was waiting at Red Robin for a burger, so I was like, I'm gonna go see what's been posted. So again, thank you for everyone who's listened up to this point. After this, we are now going to be going into the After Dark section. So, listeners, be warned. Here be ye explicit shit.
It be cringe, yo.
Shit.
It be cringe for real, yo. No cap.
I hope the adornment of armor question wasn't really out of place or uncool.
I don't think so.
No, it wasn't.
It's an honest question.
It is a very valid question, considering something like that is typically a cultural question, or is a cultural aspect.
The hunting side of it would probably be an okay thing to have. But the one where you were asking about is probably going to be a no.
Yeah.
Especially on the official side. Sure. Unofficially, put whatever the fuck you want on your armor.
I mean, to have trophies from hunts or achievements of similar nature, by all means, wear those with pride. I mean,
it's a way to like I said, those ones specifically is a way to express yourself.
Right.
Mm-hmm. To show off your achievements of a proudful hunt, an honorable hunt, and I should specify honorable hunt.
Don't go breaking no laws when you're hunting.
Is something to be proud of. Mm-hmm.
No.
And be ethical in the kill.
Don't be looking out your car windows, looking at us like, ooh, what can I see? What can I see? Ooh. Game and wildlife. Game and wildlife.
Nope. I was about to go on a tangent, but nope. It'll be seen as political. I'm not going there.
Ah.
All right, folks. Well, I'm going to take my leave. I'm going to get some things done, but I will see you a bit. Maybe I'll jump back in here in a bit, but I just got to refuel.
All right.
All right, dude.
We'll see you.
See you later.
Yeah. What I will have to say will be after the podcast is done recording.
Yeah, we got to keep the political shit out.
No, 'cause I'm not trying to be political, but what I have to say is in regards to some of the stupidest reasonings why one shouldn't be allowed a firearm, or why a specific firearm isn't used for a particular activity. And I'm just like, how do you say you know nothing about guns without saying you know nothing about guns? Prime example.
Ooh, I got one for that. I was watching a TikTok this morning, actually, and this guy was holding a older style AR-15, and he was talking about how you could drop it on the ground and the BCG would travel forward. So-called firing the weapon. No. All that's doing is moving the bolt forward. That is not moving the firing pin. You have to squeeze trigger to release firing pin. Just tapping it on the ground does not do that. Do you know how many people would unalive in basic training if that was the case? Not the way a firearm works.
No.
That was one of the stupidest things I've heard recently. That's not even political, so I don't have to take that out.
No, that's not. I guess with that being the case, the reason a 223 is not used for hunting is because it just destroys the meat, making it, not able to eat. I'm like, you're talking about the 22 caliber on steroids, which is what a 223 basically is. It's just a 22 caliber bullet on steroids.
Oh, sorry, this is 308. My bad.
I was gonna say that seems a bit bigger.
But I mean, even by the same concept,
Yeah.
the 308 is meant for hunting.
Yeah,
Gonna
308
say,
is
what
meant for
about
hunting.
you?
And this is a
But a
308.
223.
A 223 would be just a little bit smaller.
Yeah, but a 223's power just completely destroying.
Oh
the
no,
meat of the
I'm
animal?
with you. It's like if a 223 destroys the meat, what would this do? What would this do? Wipe the animal off the
Exactly.
face of the planet? I've shot this
Like, the
into
reason
dirt
you don't
berms.
use a
Those
22
berms are still there.
I mean, the reason you don't use a 223 is because it won't take an animal down in one hit unless you dome them.
I mean, it's still it's still an efficient round, but it's not going to
Especially-
Oh, no,
destroy
but I'm saying
anything.
for hunting. Well, no, I'm saying the reason the 223 isn't used for hunting is because for large game, like what your 308 there is used for. That's used for deer. You're not going to shoot a deer with a 223 because it's not going to do the job.
If you hit in the right place, it can.
Yeah, I know some people up
Yeah,
here in
but-
Michigan. They hunt with 223s. They use I think they use soft points.
All right. Sounds
Yeah,
like
but
the
don't-
dog wants to come out of the
don't soft
girlfriend's
point.
room. I'll be right back.
Don't soft points expand a lot larger than normal 223s?
Fuck, I don't know. I've always shot green tip out of my 223.
I've just always heard that 223 isn't necessarily meant for big game hunting because it can't properly, on average, kill with one shot, unless you dome the deer or the creature.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on if you're a good shot or not. Like, yeah, you can dome the deer. I mean, that's what a lot of poachers up here, they use 22. They use a 22, and they'll dome a deer with that. And I mean, it just depends on how you want to shoot it. If you're doing it for a trophy, probably wouldn't recommend a 223 then. But if you're doing it for just shoot it in the head and get it just to get the meat, I'd say, go ahead and go for it because you got the range of it and then lethality of it.
Oh, yeah.
Doming a deer with a 223.
Yeah, but let me ask you this. The reasoning that I just gave versus the one that I initially said, which is more believable?
What, that it destroys the meat?
As to why? Yeah, it just completely ruins the meat versus it's not powerful enough to kill on the first shot. Or it's not reliable enough to kill on the first shot.
Yeah, both are bullshit.
Yes, but which is more believable?
For uneducated people, they probably believe both.
I'm not asking if they would believe both or not. I'm saying which one is more believable.
Destroys the meat. For the uneducated.
Destroys the meat is the reason a 223 isn't used, but a 308 is.
If you're talking
So
about
you're preaching to the
uneducated,
choir here.
Probably.
I'm just saying the logic behind why one would use a 308 over a 22 is because the 223 is because the 223 will destroy the meat while the 308 wouldn't, have more holes in it than saying the 223 isn't powerful enough to kill.
More holes? How many holes can you make, my little friend?
Quite a
I
few.
know. How about a 100 round dual drum mag? How about that?
That depends. How big of a beta mag can I fit? Oh, this isn't really getting political, but did you see the court posting thing that I posted, Kadali,
Which ones?
in the PR?
I saw the posts. I have not gone and watched the videos, no.
So a court has put a permanent injunction on a law that would have made it legal for any magazine over 10 rounds to be purchased and whatnot. If you're aware of that law that's going on, or that was trying to get passed to start at the start of next year.
See, that would limit
Yeah.
my handgun. Because I can hold 16 plus 1 in my Ruger. These lawmakers don't realize that.
There's a couple other statutes to that law that just made the whole thing unconstitutional, and the judge is like, "This is a permanent injunction I'm putting on this."
They're all unconstitutional. That's my opinion. That's not legal or political. That is my opinion.
Shall not be infringed. That's all I gotta say.
Correct. The founding fathers were not just talking about what they had access to at that time.
Our founding fathers were smart enough men to realize that technology would have advanced far beyond what they had at the time.
Right.
And to sit there and say that they did not have repeating rifles is a lie, because at the time it was expensive to buy one, but they had an air rifle that fired just as powerful as a musket that held about 30 rounds. So to sit there and say that, oh, there were no, it was a single shot rifle that you had to, pour the powder. It's like there were no weapons at the time that had similar functions, is complete utter lie. And this is an air rifle I'm talking about too.
I was gonna say, didn't Da Vinci come up with something like that?
He designed a multi-barrel that kind of looks like a pepper box almost.
Okay. I'm going to read this off real quick, and this is what I go to every time someone brings something up that we should not own anything that the founding fathers could not. I own a musket for home defense, since that's what the founding fathers intended. 4 ruffians break into my house. What the devil? As I grab my powdered wig and Kentucky rifle, blow a golf ball-sized hole through the first man. He's dead on the spot. Draw my pistol on the second man, misses him entirely because it's smoothbore, nails the neighbor's dog instead. I have to resort to the cannon at the top of my stairs, loaded with grape shot. Tally-ho, lads! The grape shot shreds 2 men in the blast. The sound and extra shrapnel set off car alarms. Fix bayonet and charge the last terrified rapscallion. He bleeds out, waiting on the police to arrive, since triangular bayonet wounds are difficult to stitch up, just as the founding fathers intended.
Impossible. The thing is it's not difficult to stitch up a triangular wound. It's damn near impossible.
Right. And this is what the founding fathers had intended, right?
Mm-hmm.
I I cannot do it at a straight face at the tally-ho, lads. The grape shot shreds 2 men in the process. That shit will literally knock off a limb if it hits you.
Mm-hmm. Well, you gotta remember, while the powder doesn't burn as violently as gunpowder nowadays is, you're still having a roughly 45 caliber ball that's shot out of a 50 caliber barrel,
right,
flying at you. It ain't gonna be a good time. And truth be told, more people died, and this is going from Revolutionary War or whatever wars that the Brown Bess musket has been a part of, because the Brown Bess musket is on record for the most fatalities of any weapon system in history aside from the spear.
And that's just because of the time it was used.
Of fire. Yes, but of firearms. Even to this day, the Brown Bess musket has the highest quote-unquote kill count of any firearm. However, that being said, when it came to smoothbore like muskets, like the Brown Bess musket, the Hen, and some of the ones used in up to the Civil War, it wasn't actually the muskets themselves that did the killing, but the infections and everything that happened from surgeries after the fact.
But no, let's ban the weapons.
My thing is, never mind. We're getting into politics at that point.
I just love that. It's just fucking hilarious to read every time.
Oh yeah, no, I love that. I love that little thing right there. But what were you saying? Hold on.
Do you have a crab ragoon in your hand?
Who? Oh,
cream cheese ragoon.
Crab ragoon. So yeah, crab ragoon.
I say not in his hand anymore. Yeah, I need to save this so I don't have to go looking for it every time.
Put it as your phone's wallpaper.
And I'll name this one instead of just using the standard JPEG name. It is now called Founding Fathers. I mean, if I'm looking for it, that's how I'm going to find it.
Foundingfathers.jpg.
Yes.
Foundingfathers.png.
JPEG. Gets me laughing every time.
Funny enough, all you have to do to change an image file from one thing to another is save it as whatever you name it, .jpeg or .png, and it'll automatically switch it to that file type.
It was the same way with MP3s, and there was something else too, but I can't remember what now.
Wave.
Yeah.
MP3s, MP4s, waves.
Yeah.
All you got to do is change the file name and converts it right then and there. Has anyone used the box room that I made for y'all?
No. You're talking about the card game site?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah,
I forgot about it until just now when you asked.
I think there is still some things that I need to put in that I might have missed, because I think there's like different colored Sabak cards that are supposed to be there as well.
Four colors. I don't know how many you put.
I think I only did the one.
Yeah.
So I might end up needing to just remake the room entirely.
I didn't even know you were done with the room.
When I get back from basic training, I'll probably just remake the room and in its proper entirety, and then post it in the Discord server. Got you being Mr. Googles.
What? No, I was checking my email actually. Just bullshitting around in it. Deleting everything, because that's not anything I need to read.
Mm-hmm.
9 o'clock, holy crap.
Oh shit, it's 10 o'clock here. Oh.
Yep, 9:07.
I should probably get off here so I can eat and go to bed. I gotta go to work in the morning, so.
Well, you have
We'll be
fun, good
fine.
sir.
I won't.
I was really happy with
Yeah.
the turnout tonight. I looked in the server. I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, it's almost like people finally found a topic they want to talk about.
I'm not against it. Okay, hold door.
Okay, where did my fortune cookie go?
Where did your fortune cookie go? I ate it. It's right here.
There it is.
I was gonna ask earlier because I forgot. With the color thing for the armor, I was gonna ask what pain and sorrow would be under for colors, or is there not one technically through the Mandalorian culture?
Pain and
and
sorrow.
Yeah.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Not to my knowledge.
Not directly. Because you would have to probably define what you mean by pain and sorrow.
I mean, that could be Gray mourning a lost love or family member.
Well, that's why I said you'd probably have to define what you mean by pain and sorrow.
Well, that's what I was saying. It's like
Because just
you're
to
mourning
say-
someone that's pain and sorrow. That's my phone.
Yeah, but
So,
there's
I fucking hate
more
you. I
than
want
one
Asian
kind of
food
pain
now.
and sorrow.
Yeah.
Got me over
Oh,
here
it
wanting
was-
Asian.
So it would be more so like, what is your pain and sorrow from?
A lot of things. I guess
Where's my
just in
sushi
general,
mart?
not anything specific type of one.
Is it just a general pain and sorrow? Probably not. My fortune cookie. Never forget how much you are loved. Ain't that the truth?
Mhm.
Honestly. Say, you flipping your knife, your call over there, Kando?
So what?
You spinning your call in your fingers over there?
That thingy, playing with it.
Lil.
He's
Little
playing with this
hatchet.
little thing.
Careful spinning that thing around. Don't want it taking out your eye. I'm gonna shoot your eye out, kid. It's that time of year that I'm
Why not?
going
It's
to
my
be
fidget spinner.
That's
It has a
that time of year. I wouldn't be
It has a
surprised if
little
that movie was on TV already.
It probably is.
It's probably on TV at Thanksgiving.
It's probably on TV right this second.
Probably.
Well, I'm gonna get going. You VODs have a great night.
Take care, Vod.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
I think I might fall asleep. I apologize for being on the quiet side.
Oh, you're all right, man.
No, you're okay. No, I mean you're not required to even be here.
I was invited.
Oh, I'm aware.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to join us whenever you wish.
I
Anyone
haven't
is
seen
well,
you in a long time. I just wanted to talk and hang out with you for a bit. It's been a while.
It has. Too long, in all honesty.
Right. Got about 10, maybe 15
just
minutes
like
before my
that.
food gets here. Got me a
What'd you
sushi
get?
roll and a thing of dumplings.
Asian.
Oh man.
Just that?
Usually I'd go with one of the big fried rices, but
Oh,
that's
I want
if
Asian.
I'm
That's
ordering
not
on a
fair.
Friday, and that'll be my extra food for Saturday and Sundays, lunch and dinners.
No, I want Asian. That's not fair.
Blame Zell.
Yeah,
He was the one
I
eating
had the
fucking
Taco
crab
Bell.
rangoons over there, so I wanted Asian food. So I ordered it.
I had the Taco Bell of Chinese food. So
I had chicken cordon bleu.
ooh la la.
Asian household. We gotta get authentic, otherwise.
Tokyo Grill is preparing your
Oh, I
order.
much
Your
pre-
dasher is heading to the store. My dasher's
Oh,
name
I
is
much prefer
Ireland.
making.
The country of Ireland is delivering my food.
The entire
Okay.
country is serving you.
What?
Right.
Where's the Guinness?
I much prefer making Asian food at home from scratch. Well,
I'm gonna go ahead and
Scratch.
cut off the recording.